Guys always trying to jump scare me. Hello, I'm back, everybody. Time for some Satisfactory. Let's get into the server here. Get that loaded up, and we're going to get to it. Now, do me a favor, everybody. Go ahead and check right down below the stream there. Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if you can see that I switched to Satisfactory in the game mode and that the title has updated, because sometimes it just doesn't do it. Sometimes it gets all messed up. Let me see if I can see it on my end over here. And you guys let me know in the chat. Because sometimes it says that it updated on my end, but then it like doesn't update on your guys' end. I don't know. And then people come out and say, Kismet, you're in the wrong category. I'm like, I'm not trying to be in the wrong category. All right, loading up. Now, one of the things that we've been doing on this particular playthrough of Satisfactory, which I've played for a very, very long time, is we've been using the power of time. Now, we play once a week here in Satisfactory. What we do is we build a little bit of this and a little bit of that. And we've been running our awesome sinks over here to clear a bunch of stuff. Now, while we were out of game, the server continues to run. So it has actually taken all of the stuff that we've had in here in all these various different boxes and run them into the awesome sink. So at least we get some benefit of it, of some tickets in which we can unlock stuff in the awesome shop. But what I've been building is basically some raw storage. And I never do raw storage. This is the first time I've done raw storage. And so I've taken all the raw materials, put them in the raw storage, and we're going to run those materials to little mini factories. And those are going to be expandable factories. We can go ahead and just keep expanding and expanding those as much as we want. And we're going to expand them in a vertical direction as opposed to a horizontal direction. So that's going to be fun, figuring all that out. Now, we got our little car here, which I absolutely love. I love this car. It's, like, so well done. And we'll kind of tool our way over here, and then we'll check these right here. This one looks empty to me. This one's empty as well. We can go ahead and take this out. Do not accidentally take out your space elevator, because that takes a minute for that to go away. This one is empty, and the one behind it is empty. You're like, well, Kismet, how did that empty so quickly? Well, actually, it had an entire week to empty. So I had more than enough time to just run and run and run, because I have enough power on there to sustain that those awesome sinks as well. And so now that I've done that, I can go ahead and clear all this excess stuff that I was doing. Now, I also want to increase my line here, and I want to move that line. You see this line running out here. This is a coal line. I want to move that down to the run level and then try to double that up so I'm getting more coal overall. Now, we can actually unlock signs now. There's all sorts of really cool stuff to unlock in-game. They're going to help you a lot in your factories if you haven't played in a while. I highly recommend this game. This game's an 11 out of 10, everybody. It's incredibly, incredibly good. Now, the reason why I don't play it all day, every day, is because it's still in early access. And so they're still kind of working away on it. So I try not to really play games that are in early access to the nth degree. I kind of wait until they play them a little bit as they're developing to see the changes and whatnot. But not necessarily just, play them until I burned out from them. That's never a good idea, I don't think, because then it loses all of its fun and whatnot. Okay, so let's look over here. This right here is my raw iron, and that raw iron is going into my smelters here. These smelters are then going into this box, and look at that. It's completely filled. Very nice. Now, what's going to happen is this is going to go into another box, and I'm going to keep this going. And I could have probably done this last time. And just kind of put this into another box. Make sure we've got this lined up. Where's my green line? There's my green line. And just like something like this, and then we go ahead and connect those across. And now what will happen is once this starts going in here, this will start back up again and start producing more of these and run them into there. And I kind of feel like we could probably get away with one more box as a kind of a backlog. And then we'll run that into there. So the output of everything here, now you can see I can add more of them. All I had to do was add more down the line here. And that would make even more of these. And then what I'm going to do is leave this section open so we can get through, but we're going to go ahead and put a little part in the floor here, which is going to take this and run that down into the floor. So we're going to go ahead and first do this, and then we're going to tell it to attach, and let's hope it attaches in the right direction. Doesn't look like it did. Let's try it again. And I feel like this is the biggest problem with these floor holes is the fact that it has a directional problem. And I want this to go out of here, right? Out of here and down into there. But see how it's like weirdly offset? But we can try to take the hole here and offset it a little bit, say to here. And then try to go from this into that. Something more like that. We'll see. Now, we don't really know if it's going in there until we go down below and then run it somewhere and see if it's actually working. So, what we'll do is we'll go ahead, I might make a little ramp right here just to make it a little easier to get down there. Now, they added this thing called zooping, and it is awesome, where I can just hit R there, and it's going to allow me to just make a real quick and easy ramp here, like that. So it makes it easy for me to get down this lower level. Now, right when I get to the right level here, I can then just take the extras out, like that. And then I can also zoop this over here. I can do multiple, up to 10 of them at a time. And we'll turn our light on, and now we got to figure out where the heck that was, right? Where the heck we were bringing that down. So this is going up. We got to look around up here. Try not to fall off to our death, because yes, we are way up here. I see something over there. That is our hub. But I don't see the down. So this is going up there, then it's running this way, then it's running, there it is. It's running over here. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to take this, we want to click on this right here, we want to bring this down and see if anything basically appears on, oh, it is working, look at that, appears on there. Now the problem is when I take this out and I try to put it back in again, it doesn't want to work. And that's something they definitely need to work on, because it's really annoying to have to go back up here, readjust it again, and do this all over. But that's basically what you have to do for right now. But we already know what to do, right? We take this out. We go ahead and take the floor hole out. We put the floor hole back in again. We go ahead and click on this first, then this. There we go. Now, and actually I saw it just for a second there start to go down. Then we go back down here. We'll zoop some of this in too. There we go. And then now we can go ahead and run this wherever we want it to go. And I've been keeping it way up here like this. And then we'll aim it in that direction. Keeping it way up there. So I'm just running along the roof level like you see here. Just running along that roof level to get wherever it's going. And thus, there's really nothing down at this level yet. And then, of course, eventually we're going to be bringing our raw resources through. Like over there, we're going to bring that in, and we're going to use that as our raw coal. So we'll connect that into our other coal line. Or we'll run a double line and run it into the boxes. And our whole goal with this particular playthrough is to start with the raw ore first, bring all the raw ore to this part of the base, and then from there, then build out little mini factories of each and everything that we need. And like right now, we want to go from our iron ingots to our iron plates, and then also to our iron rods, and then eventually to our screws as well. Now, do I know what the rate of all of this is right now? Absolutely not, because I'm still figuring out the logistics of how I want it to be. And that's one of the toughest parts in any game, is figuring out what you want. So we're going to go ahead and leave that open, and maybe just skip another one here, and we're going to go right to here. And let's go ahead and run a wall. Let's look at our cross run here. Let's say to there, and then cross run this way. And we'll take this one out. And then what we want to do now is go ahead, take those iron ingots, and then run them to a plate run. So we're going to go ahead and utilize our constructors. Now, before we put our constructors down, what we're going to need is we're going to need some splitters in there first, because it's going to need to split down the line as I add more and more and more, and then run it up, and then run it up some more and run it up. I definitely want to have the ability to just keep expanding it. So first, let's start with our splitters, but then even before the splitter, what we need is we need the ability to bring that raw resource up here as well. So what we're going to try to do is center it as best we can. And again, leaving the sides open here so we can navigate. So we'll bring that up. Then we'll go ahead and say, okay, we want to go ahead and put our splitter down. We want to make sure that we got our input set properly. There we go. And then when it's coming out, boom, now it's going to come out of there and end up in there. Now we can go ahead and work with our constructors. And so our constructors are, let's say, be right here, nice and lined up. And maybe back just a little bit. Yeah, back just one more. Say something nice like that. All right, and then this will come out and split there. Now what this does allows me to continuously add more and more constructors down the line. So now I can go ahead and add the constructor here and one here, and I'm just going to start with 3 because I can then infinitely expand this area. Now I'm going to rotate it around until I see the orange arrow. The orange arrow is an input. And I'm looking at the green lines, which are showing me basically in which direction. I'll get up here. It's a little easier to see. In which direction that it is snapped to, right? It's snapped to the splitter that's under me, and it's also snapped to our constructor over here. And again, we want to look at where that orange is. The orange is going this way, so that's going to be its input. And we'll put that right there. And now we just simply connect all these together. I've noticed it, by the way, I've been noticing lately that you definitely want to connect these in the correct direction because it sometimes doesn't show you, even though it does still work, it doesn't show you that those are going in the right direction. All right, and then let's go ahead, and we've already decided that we want these to be 3 up. And again, the zooping really helps a lot with the multiple thing here, and then you can grab these from over here, and we can then zoop these across here, and so on. We'll make a nice big area here for our constructors. We're going to probably add a good amount of those. All right, and there we go. Now, one of the cool things we can also do, if you've unlocked it from the Awesome Sync, is these horizontal and vertical connectors, which just connect up there nice and easy. Then you just connect these together, and GG. Now, another thing that we've done over here is instead of running all the power up here and running the wires all over the place, we've actually brought the wires from down below, you can see right here, up to here, and we've connected to here. Now what we're going to also do is, you know, just kind of grab the connector here and continue it on, except for the connector is not upgraded, and you notice that I only have the first 2. I can actually upgrade it where it has 7 connections later on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run the power underneath again, and then run it up over here, pretty much what we did over there, kind of keeping it somewhat consistent in what it's doing. So here, and then we'll take this and we're going to run that underneath there. We just run down to get a general idea of where it's at. So it's 1 back. We'll jump down here. So 1 back, let's say right there. And then we'll go up and take a look at it. And we'll do that battle here in just a moment. How many units we got? 33 units. All right, now we're going. Kidoki. And let's look at how that wire is. Ah, perfect. Okay, great. So that wire is run across there, and then we wanted to go ahead and take this wire and connect it with the wire that's way off over there. Now, sometimes when you're connecting from really far away, you think that you've clicked on it, but what you've actually done is put a connector right next to it. I've done that many a time. But I'm just going to go ahead and connect this like this, nice and straight, and just do a little cross connect like that, and that should line that up somewhat nicely. You know what? Actually, I don't like it. I don't like it. If you don't like it, take it out right away, everybody. Absolutely. Take it out, and then reconnect it properly, like that. All right, so there we go. So now that power is now running underneath here, and then running up into there, so we don't have to run it across through where we're actually working up here. So I didn't have to run it out of the back of here into there and so on. So not going to see any of the power lines up on this level. But I still want to see where they're running because sometimes I want to go in and adjust them. But you can also put them in the floors. Like you can attach them to the side of the floors and just put it in there and it'll be hidden under there. That's also a great way of doing it. But we want to just make sure that we tell this what we want it to be. In this case, we want it to be plates. And so we'll go ahead and do plates. Now, this is a bit of the harder way of doing it where you're kind of building out your factory ahead of time. It's going to feel like you're going a lot slower than you normally. Look at that. See how it's yellow? That means that it has enough power, and it's also set to something. And the only thing that it needs now is the raw resources. So let's go ahead and run down here, and let's run the raw resources to where it goes, right over there. So we'll go ahead and put this connector, let's say this way. Then we'll go ahead and grab this over here, and conveniently, it's nice and close by. Easy peasy. There we go. Very nice. Now, another thing I would do here is I would definitely roll that back a little bit so you don't accidentally fall down in there, and then you just have the one block. Now, if you wanted to do your vehicle down here, you definitely want to take this other one out, your big vehicle. You'd want to take that other one out, otherwise you'd run into it. But I'm just me walking up and down. And there we go. So now it's going to start making some plates. And then we're going to do the same thing with our plates here. We're going to go ahead and do a merger here in the front. So we're going to merge all this back together. Like so. And so we want our output to be on this side. Maybe a little bit closer. Make sure we get that green line. There we go, nice and close. And this one wants to go in this direction. There we go. And there we go. So the output of this is going to go there, and then this is going to go here, and the same thing here. Out to here, over to here. And you're going to see the plates start to go along there. There they are. And then this one goes out to here. Now, this particular one is going out this direction, and the reason why it's going out this direction is because I'm going to use basically some storage. You can see we're doing the same thing over here. Let's go take a look at what we're doing. Way over here. You can see the in one is coming out and turning around, and so it's just a little bit pushed forward from the first merger. So let's go ahead and grab this by hitting F and then middle mouse button to grab that particular object. And then I'm just going to move this forward just a little bit. Make sure I've got it going in the right direction, though. And let's say right there looks good to me. And then we'll go ahead and make a nice little corner there. And that's going to go into that box. And then we'll do the same thing here by putting that box there. Now what this does, creates a little backlog or storage of that particular item back here. Should I need that item right here at this particular location. I don't right now, but if I did, it'd be there. Also, it gives me the ability for me to move around in these separate spots. Now, this particular one I've moved over just a little bit closer than this here because this one I had out a bit further, right? So if I move it a little bit closer, it's probably better because then it gives me more room than I have here to do it. And it's just going to run all of those plates in there endlessly, by the way. It'll keep running and running and running forever because I have the ability to let the server run 24/7. And that's what's so great about having a nice mega server. And if you want to get your own mega server to do the same thing that I'm doing, here you go. Get 10% off. Use my name right there. Follow that link. Go over to Untitled. They are the best. They got awesome servers over there. And they're super cheap. So you can snatch yourself up your own server and just get the minimum amount of people that can be on the server. Like 5 people or something like that. And then you can use time to your advantage like I am. Now, instead of just 3, I'm going to go ahead and go all the way to 5 of these because I'm going to make this section nice and long. And it's going to have a backlog of 5 plates. So if I ever need a tremendous amount of plates, I know where to go to and where to grab them. And really, I only need 3 for right now because I have that factor of time. And so that's going to go ahead and let that run. Now, I really don't have anything else running. There's nothing else running on my factory now because I took everything else out other than my power. But really, this is the only thing going right now in the whole factory. Now, we're going to go ahead and say, okay, this part is going to go all the way down to the end of our storage here. Let's say to there. And again, we're going to make this part a bit bigger. And then we're going to tell our storage to go back down like we did before, back down. We're going to offset that. Remember how we learned we got to offset that if we want to connect this down and make it go down in there. So you got to offset it by 1. But we know that that does work. So now the plates are going to go down underneath, and I can run the plates wherever I need them to go. And plates are great to run back to where I'm going to be working. which is where the thing is here, the space elevator. There we go, and then also my hub. Now, I don't necessarily need to keep my hub here anymore. I can go ahead and move it out of the way because it's currently in the way of all my trains that I'm going to be running, and they're going to be bringing materials in and out. And now I've made it where from here all the way over here to this other side, not counting this stuff here. Oh, this is more stuff we had to take out because we're done with this as well. Get all these resources back. It's going to run all the way over here where I have my power as well. This is always fun, everybody. Kind of cleaning up your past mess that you made in the game. And again, getting a lot of our stuff back here. But we also got rid of a lot of resources as well. All right, very nice. Now, again, all the rest of the stuff is either storage of my finished stuff, which is there, or it's the actual raw material. Like we go look right here, boom, we have got a crazy ton of Caterium ore. Over here, I know this is coal as well. Let's take that out. We've got coal there. Over here, we've got limestone. And we have a backlog 5 deep. So 5 of these suckers deep is just filled with all of that stuff. So when we're ready, we could really scale up our production in the long run. Now again, remember this part here in the middle is just temporary. So the part that actually does matter is going to be this line right here. And then let's go ahead and look at it over this way. So between this area right here and that area over there, it's going to be empty. That part is just going to be for trains coming in and out, dropping off raw resources. And the cool thing is we don't have to actually just bring it in and then drop it in the box. What we can do is bring it in, put it into the train station. The train station can then go into the floor. Then it could run it underneath wherever it needs to go, right? That's what's really awesome about this particular build. And we're building little mini factories. Now, I'm not making them factories real fancy right now. I feel like we learned our lesson in the last time we played through. We played on the server and people were making big, huge builds. And what happened was it just lagged out the server. So if it doesn't have a function, we don't build it, and if we are going to build it, we build it in such a way where it's not going to redraw. Too much glass will cause your whole entire game to come to a standstill, as we learned. Absolutely. It makes the whole game lag out, so we're not going to do that until they optimize that later on. But there we go. So we got that going. Now we've got our plates back up and running. Now, I want my plates to go ahead and run from here back to a central spot. Now, because this is back here where all the raw resources are, I don't necessarily need it to be back there anymore. What I needed to do is to be more to where the finished goods are. There we go. Which is going to be more up here toward the front, right? This area out here is actually where the finished goods going to be because that's the raw stuff over there. So it'd just be easier if I could run this down and then run this straight across into a nice storage area. For me to use for whenever I need plates or I need whatever I need, right? And so instead of having them sideways like that, I'm going to have them long ways. But what I want to do is also figure out my trains first. And I'm actually going to move the space elevator as well. But let's get an idea of how we want to run our trains where we still will have the ability to run through our various roads. Now, I would probably suggest right here as one of our first places to think about our trains, which I don't think I've unlocked the trains yet. Let's go over here and check out what we need to do for that. Turn that off so we don't see that. All right, where is our trains in here? Right here, monorail train technology. So what we need is we need some computers, we need some heavy modular frames, and we've got steel beams. We got all of that. So that's what we need to get that going. But you'll find that a lot of this stuff is precursor on our oil production, which we've already unlocked. As well as our oil will actually bring us a bunch of power and, of course, plastic and rubber that we're going to need in the future. But we got to go and we got to get the resources that make this particular thing. Now, I can go ahead and select that, but I've already unlocked it, so we're good. And now the next thing I've got here is my space elevator, which will allow me to unlock the last 2 tiers. But those 2 tiers don't matter until I can unlock these tiers here, to tier 5 and 6. So really don't need to rush my space elevator, but you can if you want. It's up to you. It's your game. You play it through however you want. Me, I like to kind of work my way through and build it up as needed. Now, so we need to think about how we're going to do our oil, and we can actually search for our oil and see how far away it is. I know some of this oil is in multiple directions. What did I do with my little vehicle, too? This way. Well, that's going to take a minute, because that oil is really far away. There it is. All right, so first one is 2,000 in this direction, couple thousand, and there's also one in that direction. So let's go look on this side. Now, I've played through the game many times, and, you know, I remember where some stuff is and not so much other stuff. So let's run over here and look in what direction this is. Okay, so that's way off over that way toward the water. I actually know where that is, too. And then also in this direction, there's more. Now, I remember in this direction, when you go that way, that it's actually like in a cave. And it's actually fairly hard to run it and do all of that. It's really far away. So what I want to try to do is get the easiest one and run to there, get the oil, and then try to get the oil back to my main base. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm running stuff back to the primary base. Now, at first, what we're going to do is we're going to run it just by running it as an actual pipe. But later on, again, we want to unlock our trains to be able to do all of that. And you're definitely going to need a ton of oil for that. So a lot of the stuff in the early game, you're going to want to upgrade and get going. Now, also what we want to do is expand this right here, which is our coal production and whatnot. So right now, we need to go back and look at our various stuff. You know, while we're working on it, we could also do some hypertubes. So let's work a bit on our hypertubes while we're at it. So we're going to just go ahead. Oh, nope. We're going to go ahead and press plus on some of this stuff. Wall hole, floor hole. Oh, nope. Nope. Just try to hit the plus. Floor holes. Maybe some standables. And what this will do is it'll show us over here on the right of what we need. And sometimes what you do is you see, like, encased industrial beams there. I don't have any of those. Or you just have a few of them, and you know you're going to need a lot more later on. For sure. Get back to my coffee cup. There we go. So that's why I have all this extra stuff just kind of stored up that we had made previously. And then we had already torn that stuff back down again. So let's go over here and grab a little bit of our stored resources that we have somewhat backlogged over here. Very nice. There we go. So what else do we got in here that we might need? Probably a lot more copper sheets, because copper sheets is what allows you to run your stuff here. So let's do that. Now, one of the things you might want to do is just hit Control, put all your copper sheets back. And then get a bunch of copper sheets out. And the reason why you want to do that is probably going to end up with a stack that's just 10. And so you're wasting a full stack for that. Now, I also have a bunch of other random resources on me here. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and basically just tell it to put this random stuff in here for now. And then if I need any of this stuff for my MAM and that stuff, and we'll come back to that later on, then I'll have that. I also have enough space to put all this in here as well. More space for me to grab more resources. Let's see, steel pipes. Let's get a bunch of those because we know we're going to need a bunch of those. Let's say 1,000 of each of those. Again, let's go ahead and put it all back in, and then we'll grab 1,000 out. Nice and stacked there. Rotors, we're going to need a bunch of those, so we'll just go ahead and put our rotors back in, and just take a full stack of 100. Concrete. Wow, we don't have that much concrete. Go over here to concrete, same thing. Oh, well, no, we're not going to do the same thing there because that's full. So we're going to just pull that out, sort that, put the lowest level one back in, and there we go. Let's say concrete will go 2,000. There we go. Very nice. Iron plates. We have 269. Well, let's go ahead and do the same thing with iron plates here. Let's put those in. Let's get, say, 800 of that out. Okay, and what else do we need? We need iron rods. And so same thing. We'll go to iron rods. We'll try to put them back in. Don't have enough room. We'll take some of them out, put the 43 back in. And there we go. Now we're fairly full, but one of the things we could also do is get rid of this here. Take our cable, put that in, take another stack out. There we go. Don't need to keep an extra cart on me. We'll probably put that in the lower level. We have some stators here that we don't necessarily need to bring with us. I have a thing for stators. I probably don't yet. This is probably reinforced iron plates. Yeah, so let's put our stators just kind of over here since we don't really need those right now. Wow, look at all that extra stuff in there too. Stators in there. There we go. And this we could probably pull out. See if we can put that over here. Nope, that's full. Okay. Back over here then. Okay, and again, what we're trying to do is just make room. Probably don't need the beacon. In fact, we probably just don't even need to keep it at all. Let's just get rid of that so we have that slot. And then what else do we need here? Rotors are good, infused. Everything there is looking good. All right, so now we have a bit of everything so we can run our hypertubes. And so we'll get this. And we'll go back over here. And what we want to do is we want to run this hypertube from here all the way back to where our coal is in both coals, right? We have two coals. One that is straight out that way, right out there. You can see it's actually extracting also the cadmium from out there. And that's running also along that same line. But we want the ability to just go from right here where we're working on our power over to where we're working on the raw resources. And you can see that we have a hypertube here. Let's see where it goes. Now notice that took us all the way down here to where the water is, right? And we have the ability now to boost our water and run more water as we need. But right now we're only using 3, and it's taking the water and it's pumping it straight up, as you can see, straight up into the top part up there. Now why am I doing that? Because it takes extra power and it takes extra pumps. I'm doing that because that is the goal of this particular playthrough, is to do everything up on that same level where we can basically access it from one central area, as opposed to going out to all the extra areas to work on those factories, right? Normally what I do is I build at the node. Normally I would put the actual coal plants right next to the water or right next to the coal. It's actually smarter to put it by the water, because then when you're trying to run your pipes, you don't need as much pumps. But in this case, we're having a bit of fun just trying to push it all the way up. And we learned that the distance is three foundations high, or 3 walls high, I guess, to get to the next pump, and then the next pump you need, and the next pump, and so on. So that you don't have a head lift that is too high, that makes it so that your pumps don't work. Now, when we get to the next level pumps, those pumps actually pump further, so we'll need less pumps to pump more water, which will go pump 600 water instead of 300 of what is pumping now. You get the general idea. So that's already taken us down here, but that's not really what we want. We want to go down just one level and then be able to travel all the way over there. Let's get all the way back up here to the top. There we go. Now we have another one right over here that's taking us down to the lower level. Let's check that one out. And that's taking us down here. That's just below where we're at. Right? So this would be another great spot to come down. But instead of coming down all the way to here, it's going to come down and then run us all the way down the line here. Now, one of the cool things that I can do, turn my light on, is I can kind of tap into this lifters here already and use those lifters as part of my transport. So let's first get our stuff running up above, and then we'll come down and we'll work on all of that. Okay, so one of the things also is I typically like these to be up a bit higher so you don't accidentally, let's get our wall hole, so you don't accidentally go in there. So this one I'm going to put up just a little bit higher, and then we're going to go ahead and put in our floor hole. say something like that. And we're going to switch over to our hypertube set. There we go. And then we're going to tell this to go to noodle. And there we go. Okay, so that's now going down into there. And then what we want to do, of course, is run it along that lower level so we don't even see the hypertube. So we'll go ahead and run that down there. We'll go ahead and go into here. Put my light back on. And then we have to get that down there and then somehow find a way of running it across. Now, over here, we can go ahead and say, let's go ahead and bring this down by 2, because I think this is using that top one. I normally like the hypertubes to be on top, but we need to come down by 2, because by the time we get over there, it's going to be down another one, because it's running 2 resources at once. It's running both that there. So we might actually do a few extras. So let's see, we've got our top one. Then that one's being used. Let's say we're going to do this one here. So we'll have a little extra in case we want to run another resource down that line. Then we're going to go ahead and add a hypertube wall support like that, or not hypertube, stackable hypertube support. There we go. And then very simply, we just grab this and we run it straight over to there. Just like that. Now, in this case, it's got a wire going through it, so that's going to drive me crazy. So we'll fix that real quick. We'll just run this straight up, say just above it here. Then we'll go ahead and tie that in over there. And then we'll go ahead and take out the line that's going through the middle of there. There we go. Very nice. And then we kind of rerun that a bit nicer. Okay, and then this is going to come down. It's going to hit this. And now we're just simply going to just keep doing the same thing over and over, right? We just need to remember how many down we are, how many up we are. Let's say up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's the 5th one up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one. And then the real trick to knowing if you did it right is if it's nice and straight. If it seems straight, then great. What are we doing here with this lifted one here? I think this one is not even being used. I think that was just a temporary one that I built when I was building this out over here. So let's take a bit of this out. I think I built that when I was running that line. Don't need to do that anymore. Okay, so we'll look at it. Now, another thing to do is to get up on the side here. Open this actually here needs to be better. Oh, no. Oh, no. Ah. Hold on. I got to go fix it again. Again, whenever you take anything out of the a floor hole, you have to do the whole thing again because now it's broken. So you have to go in and do it the whole, like, put this in and then run the thing back in there. There we go. And then we'll go back down in here. Again, this is something, remember, this game is still in early access, so they're still working on it. So the thing I wanted to do is turn this off a noodle and put it back into auto so that the angle here looks a little bit better, right? It's like a little bit more of an elbow. And that's running down there a little bit straighter. And so we're going to get up here and we're just going to eyeball it from up here. Does it look straight to you? It looks straight to me. We have a 2 gap underneath there. And then if we look back at this one, we should also have a 2 gap, in which we do. All right, awesome. And then just keep on rinsing and repeating. Now, the cool thing is I did bring a vehicle, so when I'm on my way back, I can do that. But I should be, at the end, I should be able to basically just take the hypertube back. Now, there's already power out here, so I don't need to run any power or anything like that because we've already run the power. Otherwise, that stuff wasn't be working right now. And actually, how did we run the power? Now I think about it, where's the power running at? How did I get power out there? I think I ran it way out there and then curved it out. Oh, it's right here. I can see it on the edge. There it is. It's running down that edge nicely. Okay, back over here. So let's just do this the easy way. Let's just count down 2 from there and then get that 3rd one. And then we're going to do this. Now, hypertubes can go a long ways. Now, this one right here is doubled up. So, wait a minute. I might have done that wrong. So this one should be down by 1. Yes, okay, that's right. And this one should be down by 1 as well. Right there. Nope. There we go. That leaves me the option to add another one on top of it. Plus, it also gives me a little extra room when I'm in the hypertube. One, two, three, four. That's number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's number 5. All right. Sometimes I have to double check. One, 2, 3, 4, and then number 5 here. Much easier way of doing that. I'm just canning the crossbars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it'd be this one. Look at the sun setting up to the distance behind me. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Way off over there. Setting. So cool. Whenever I'm playing a game, everybody, the sun's always doing that. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Now, you guys get the general gist of this. It's time for a battle. We're going to get that going on here in just a second. Let me go ahead and finish that. Let me catch up on the chat. Thanks for all the ones, everybody. Appreciate that. Let's go ahead and keep these battles going. Let's do it. To battle! Okay, time for a battle. I'm going to boost your guys' range damage. Let's go do it. I'm going to keep on running this while you guys are watching that. There's a little side game we play called Stream Raiders. Very, very fun. Free to play. You can play it right in the chat as well while you're watching the stream. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by following the link that you'll see come up here in just a moment. Well, you can't actually play it in the chat. You have to go into the browser, but you get the idea. There'll be a link in the chat. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. And there we go. We get the win. Nice job. All right. Open the captions, chat. Give you guys some love. I am Death, Subi, and Tallforge getting some loot. And Tallforge, MVP with 14 kills right there. Nice job. Oh, another one done. All right. Let's push on. Right like that. And we're going to try to go for this blue chest right down here. Let's keep on keeping on because you guys have a chance of getting a free skin from that one. So we definitely want to try that out. I got my Necromancer here, but I don't really want to use it. I want to try to get my Saint and my my Vampire going. Let's say... This is a good one. I'd say probably this side. I'm going to put them right about there. Feel free to gather up. We'll try to win, get you guys maximum loot. All right, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One hard to see in the dark. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this one. Very hard to see in the dark. We're getting there, little by little. What's so cool about this game is it's a very mellow game too. It's not like you're fighting space aliens every 5 seconds or anything like that. Though that's fun too in some games. But this game's very much a factory builder. So if you like things like Factorio and things like that, which I have played on stream, if you missed that. Very, very fun style of game or genre of game. Oops. This one here. Let's put this one right like that. There we go. And we're going to bring that over. So we're getting to the point now where we're at the point where we're going to run this now down. Now what I could do is put in what I call a stop. I like to have a stop in certain places. If I was going to stop right here and work on something at this level, then I would put a stop here at the top. And a stop basically is where it comes down, and then I basically get off of the thing. But really, the only thing I need to do is either go down all the way to the bottom to where this coal node is, or I need to go way out there where that node is as well. And I can see I already have a hypertube going there. And that hypertube is going somewhere. I have no idea. Somewhere. Well, we'll tap into that in a bit. First, we need to tap into this one. So we're going to bring this out, and we're going to run this straight down, like so. Now, one of the biggest problems with this is the fact that once you can only do it once, and you got to start from the top, right? So we can do auto, we can do 2D, we can do noodle, we can do horizontal to vertical, which now it's going to be like this, and then you're going to really go fast. When it's going straight down, you're going to go really, really fast. Now, I built this whole platform here so I could build up the resources so it could come up like this. But it does help me also as a hypertube. Now, when you're doing this, by the way, you should also think about doing your hypertubes at the same time. Because in the long run, it's going to save you lots of time instead of coming back and doing it later like I'm doing right now. Normally, I like to build them both at the same time. But it's also fun to come back and work on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to set this as our primary run. So the first thing it's going to do is it's going to take us all the way out to this OR node. There we go. Oh, that's not a hypertube. That is a that's just the actual OR run. So all right, very cool. We'll fix that here in a moment. Now it does make me want to put a junction in the top part. Put that there. Run that down. Oh, we still got a yellow guy out there. We got to go and collect all of those guys at some point. And then now there we go. Now one of the things I would not do is I would not aim yourself off the cliff. Probably not your best choice. Just throwing it out there. What we'll do is we'll go ahead and expand this just a little bit here. Same thing over here. We'll just run this into the terrain. Oh, okay, or not. Just so that when you get fired out of there, you don't end up, you know, getting shot off the side here. Okay, we'll do something like this. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have that come down, and I'm going to have it kind of twist around just a little bit so that it ends up aiming out this way. And so we'll put a wall here and say a wall there. We'll go ahead and have this where it's up high enough where it's not going to accidentally pull me in there, but not so high that it's going to shoot me across the whole entire thing. And then we'll go ahead and pull this down, and we'll run that right into there. Very nice. Okay, and see how it did that little thing, which I think is super cool. Does that like vertical style. All right, then we want to go ahead and make a entrance. Now what we're going to need is some power. Now we have some power right up there. So we go ahead and bring that power down. And we can just connect it right there and then connect it through the back. I like to connect through the back so you don't see the wire going through the thing. And we have a working hypertube. Or is it working? Let's go find out. Now they really need to fix the transitions, the floor wall hole transitions, so you can see through them and stuff. But that looks like it's working fairly good. But I don't have something that goes that way. Now I don't have to go all the way back to know that it works. But I can actually stop. See, I can stop mid thing there. I could slow down or speed up based on what I do. Now every time I go through one of these things, it kind of speeds me up a little bit more, if you notice. Now, on the other end, I have to be careful because it might fire me off the other end and then GG. But in this case, it's going to bring me up and then fire me in this direction. So it fired me in the direction of my stuff and not that way, which would make me fall off. So that definitely looks like it works fine. Now, we'll add a sign there on what that is. Oh, I didn't put an entrance there. That's going to be useful. All right, let's put an entrance there. And I know I already got a connector back here because I'm using it for that other one. There we go. And now we can just go back the other way. And see, this is why I like to set it down a little bit so that you're not like looking at the actual ore when you're flying along. You have a beautiful view that you can enjoy because it goes third person while you're in the thing for some reason. I think you first person would look cooler, but for some reason it puts you third person. But I guess it's still look around and look at the beautiful sun rising there, and look at the views. And then all the way down the bottom. Again, we're gonna come out of here like a rocket ship, bam, and end up. Look how far we ended up away from where we came out, right? Now, I highly recommend putting up some sort of blocker that keeps you from falling to your doom. So that's what I'm going to do a little bit here. A little bit like this, and then maybe a little bit up on that level. There we go. So this way when we come out, if we're not paying attention, we don't go shot off the side. But you can also slow yourself down when you get toward the end. You hold down S to slow down just a little bit. But you don't want to hold it down so much that it turns you around, though, because it will. All right, so now we have access to this, but we got a bit of a problem of the fact that we don't have the ability to go to this other one over here, which is what I wanted to do. It doesn't give us an option to stop and go to that one. So let's go ahead and walk back up again. And I thought I'd test it first to see if I wanted to run it back from there, and I can tell you already that I don't. I want to have the option to get all the way out here and then stop and then continue on. Now, one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to mess with the wall holes or the floor holes because I know that those get screwed up when you start messing with them. So we'll cut it off a bit earlier in its main chain here to continue down the line. And in a minute here, we won't ever have to take these ramps anymore. We can just use our hyper tubes. Sometimes I'll take these ramps out eventually because I'll have a jetpack and things like that I won't even need them. Okay, so this is coming along and going down in there. But what we want to do is we want to stop at some point, and we want it to run directly down to this other one here. So let's backlog a little bit, try to line ourselves up. Yeah, let's say something like this. So we can, oh, how convenient. There just happens to be a connector right there. So we're going to go ahead and disconnect this. And then we're going to bring this down to our level. Now, again, you don't want to go flying off the side, right? So when you're deciding where to bring this to, I would definitely extend anything that's behind it, for sure. So, again, wall. We'll go ahead and put that, let's say right here is a good spot. 2 up. And then we're going to go ahead and extend this out just a little bit. Now, you don't want to instantly run into a wall. You want to give yourself a little bit of room. Otherwise, your character will die. I have actually run into stuff and died before. We'll just use this like this. Maybe a little side action there. This is just for you when you come flying out of the thing. And so on. So, we'll go ahead and put an exit. And we're going to need 3 walls. Or actually 2 walls with 3 sections. There we go. So first section is the output of this one. So we'll go ahead and put a wall hole, let's say, right there. The next one is going to be continuing down the line, right? And then the last one here is going to go straight down to where we want to go. But we might want to look at how we have it lined up, right? So it's really going down right here. So we'll probably go down and end up over there. Now, you can label these later on. I'm not going to label them for right now, but we can go ahead and put that back onto auto. There we go. That'll come down into that one. This one will then go up into this one. And then we got to get this one to go down into a floor hole. Trying to line it up. There we go. And then that one does not want to go in there. We'll force it to go noodle. There we go. All right. And then we're going to need entrances to all of those. So it's kind of like a bus stop, but in this case, it's a stop for our hyper tubes. Now, we also have a nice connector up here that we can tap into. There we go. And we'll put that in the center so we can go ahead and connect all of these perfectly. And there we go. All our hyper tubes are now working. So if we go into this one, we go back. We go into that one, we go forward. And this one, we go down. So let's go back underneath here, and we will run a separate line for our other one. again, we need to watch where we're running it. And then try to align it somewhat to our run here. Kind of feeling like right here. So we want that to come over to here. And then run down. So let's say, let's say right here. And the cool thing is, you know, if you don't just make it perfectly straight, it adds a little bit of fun to the ride on your way down, because then it's like zigzagging and doing all of this fun stuff that I love to do. Now, on this next one, we're going to run into a problem. And that is the fact that this has to go a really long way. Now, it's going to tell me, hey, you can only go so far when I'm running this down. But if you notice that this one distance, which is really long, you can see it's way up there. Hypertubes can go way longer than belts can. Belts have a problem of only being able to go 6 foundations, where hypertubes can go 12, so twice as long, roughly. You can actually adjust it. Now, same thing here. I want to go ahead and utilize what I've already got. So I'm going to go ahead and put a hypertube sport there. I'm going to go ahead and try to tag this from really far away, which is amazing that you can even do that, which other games did the same thing. And I'm going to run that. Now, it kind of like, isn't how I like it, right? It's like, it's a noodle style. Let's go ahead and tell it we don't want it to be horizontal to vertical style. Try to grab it. Sometimes you have to go up just a little bit, try to grab it. Still can't grab it, all right. Okie dokie. Try it again. Come on. You got this, bro. Or you don't got this. There we go. Now, depending on which direction you run this, is how the vertical angle will go. See how I went straight down and then went to the left, which is what I want. If I connected it the other way, then the vertical line would be here, and then it would come across into there, right? So I want this to come straight down and then fire me like a rocket down the line here, all the way to the end. And again, we'll just go ahead and use our pre-existing. Now, again, I don't have to actually run it. I could actually run it every other one. Which actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's do that. That's more efficient for our resources. Let's just run it every other one. A lot less work as well to run it every other one. Again, I like to have my hypertubes up on top. Now the question is, do I want to be up here or do I want to end up down there? Now I would probably say down there is where I wanted to end up. But I have no other way down there right now, so I need to add myself a bit of a ramp or some way down. Now later on, you get ladders that you can use. You can also use your lookout tower as something to jump down on if you want to. But me, look, the rocks are back. Everybody, look, the rocks came back again. That's something they need to work on in this game. Because I blew up those rocks so I could put the node there. And now the rocks are back covering my thing. Which means now I'm going to have to blow them up again at some point. But let's go ahead and get our hypertube over here. And let's worry about all that other stuff here in a minute. So that's going to go to there. And then since we're going to have it go right here, let's go ahead and say put one right there. And then we'll have this go like this. Very nice, not clipping. And then we got to get down there. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and backtrack a bit over this way. Just kind of eyeball it here. And then I'm going to push this out by 1. Because you have the ability to zoop, it makes it so much easier to just go ahead and do a ramp. Like this, and then just test it. Just run it down there. Well, that's pretty good. Just run it down there and see if it ends up getting to the ground. Like that. Easy. Wow, that was actually perfect on the first try. Amazing. But we want to bring this down, also down in here. I got some barrels here. Now watch out, everybody, that something doesn't sneak up behind you and try to kill you here. That's why I typically take out all the bushes. If I have my chainsaw, I'd take out the trees. But I like to kind of clear the stuff so nothing sneaks up on me, especially when I'm close to the edge, because they absolutely will knock you off the edge. I've had it happen to me multiple times. One time it actually not only knocked me, but it knocked my vehicle off into like way into another whole area as well. So be wary for those sneaky mobs and whatnot. Sadly, by the way, you cannot blow these things up. I wish you could. Let's give it a go. Maybe they changed it. We'll see. Nope. Keep it down up there. Oh God, I almost blew myself up. Kobe! Oh, that was a good one. Somebody clip that one. That was a good one. Awesome. So there's a bunch of mobs up there that I just blew up. And the cool thing is we can go in and we can build out, say, a ramp, super our way up there. And then grab that loot. And then come back down before any other mobs show up. Take that back out. The building part of this game is second to none, everybody. Their building in here is incredibly well done. It's an 11 out of 10, and it's an instant buy for me, absolutely, without a second thought. If you love Factorio, if you love any games that are like this, survival-based factory games, it is really exceptionally good. All right, blow all that up. We'll come back for all those little wormy guys later on when I need them. That'll be a whole adventure in itself. You can see I just kind of build my way up there, and then I take it back out again. Okay, back to what we were working on. We were trying to get that hypertube to end up right down here. So what we want to do is bring this down just a little bit further. So it kind of matches up. Let's use a smaller one. Matches up to the ground level here. Feels like doing it today. There we go. Maybe even smaller. Let's go even smaller one and see what we get with that. It's close. And then let's go ahead and use our bigger foundations. Something more like that. Can't quite get into there, but that's okay. Something like this. All right, we'll take this out. Something like that. Okay. Now, what we want to do is we want to aim it toward the thing so we can use this as a blocker. Or we could bring it down and aim it this way. Now, one of the things I could do, and I hope I don't blow up my stuff, is I could just literally just throw a bomb right there and blow up that tree. So the tree's not in my way, which is why I love these bombs. These bombs are awesome. You can just throw them over at that rock, bye-bye rock, just like that. I usually carry like a full stack of these around, so I use them on mobs, I use them on whatever. They're actually the best item in the game, I think. But that's just me and my crazy ideas. But I do like explosions, so there you go. See? That's the easy way to get rid of that stuff. I can also cut it down with your chainsaw and all of that. Like, there's a tree going up right here. Screw you, tree. We don't need no stinking trees. There we go. No more tree. Simple as that. Now, there are some things, some obstructions that you can get rid of, and there's other obstructions which you cannot. So keep that in mind. All right, so we want to bring that down and basically ended up over here. Now, the way I would do it is I would do it in such a way that it is not going to block what I'm going to go to here. Oh, balls. So I would actually do it this way. And then it would land this way, and then I would go ahead and try to block out the end here so you don't end up flying off the side. Maybe something like this. And then, see, I'd come down, and then this would stop me if I wasn't paying attention. And then I could come back, and I could work on my thing here. All right, so let's go ahead and put in our wall hole here. Let's say right there. And then we'll go ahead and run this down into there. I love it when it does cool ways like that. Let's do it the other way just so you can see the difference. Oh, darn it. I got to go back up there. I always forget, everybody. I forget that those darn floor holes screw you up. Get my coffee cup, take a little sip. Gotta fix the floor hole. So when you delete it, you have to go back here, take out the floor hole itself, and then redo the floor hole for it to work. We could actually readjust this a little bit too, just to move it back just a little bit, say something like that. Let's see if we get it where it's not clipping. Yep, all right, nice. And then go back down that way. We can just jump off the side. We'll take a little bit of damage, but see, if you're at 3 health there, it automatically heals you up from 3. From anything below 3 to 3. So let's just go with that. I like it. Then we're going to go ahead and make an entrance. Now, every one of these entrances and the hypertubes that you make come at a cost of power, right? This all is going to cost power over time. And so you should have 2 systems. One system that is running all your hypertubes. And then another system which is running all your other stuff, your factory and stuff. All right, so in theory, that's going to take us all the way back to the top now. Let's go try it out. Again, I love those little fun little moves you put on. I can also just make it go at an angle, but... All right, so here we go. We're going to go all the way up to the top there. Let's hope this works. Now, one time I got stuck in the hypertube, and I had to take it out, and I fell to my death. In this playthrough, by the way. Very fun. See, I think it's cooler when you're inside the hypertube. I try to angle it in such a way where it looks like you're inside. Again, see, we had the blocker here just in case. And there we go. So now we have all of those set. Now what we want to do is also make one that goes all the way out to that ore node over there. Except for we need to back up and basically go to that section and create another stopper at that point. But luckily, we've also got our vehicle to lend us a bit of a hand. Let's go. Okay, so let's look about right here. Oh, there goes the Falcon. I could jump down and land on him, by the way. Just fly around the whole game if I wanted to. So cool. Got all those nodes down there. Bring all those nodes up and run them over. Connect them all into one. He flies really low over those nodes, too. Those are the nodes I usually start with, by the way. Those nodes and some of these other nodes. We'll tap into all those later. All right, let's get our vehicle back before I forget. Pick that up. Okay, so we want to go ahead and stop right about here to give us an option to go either further down or to go in this way. So this way I don't have to run individual lines for wherever they're going. I just have little hypertube stops. So let's go ahead and take that out. Again, same thing. We're going to go this way. And this time we're going to switch directions. We're going to switch it this way because this is basically the direction I could be going at this particular stop. And then again, same thing with our walls. Put a double wall here. Double wall and then single side wall. Something like that. Okay, so we want this to stop here. There. And then that one there. And then we'll put another one here. Oops. There we go. And then that there. Okay, so this one is going to be from here. And let's put this to auto. Come on, you. There we go. And run that to there. And this one's going to be out of this one up to there. We're going to need some power, so we're going to run our power from somewhere up here. Right back here. And we'll want to run this to the back of this. Say something like that. So we can do the entrances. This one's going to go down and then actually end up going in that direction. But what we could do is instead of sending it down, we can go ahead and just send it back up again and then run it this way. Or have the entrance on this side and we can jump in it on this side and then go like that. So you come out, you go around the other side, you go like that. I like them to have them all on the same side. That's just me. But you can see that we actually have run this line out here to that ore way out there. But we didn't really bring it down to the run level, which is where I'm at now. And so what we want to do is go ahead and start a nice run line heading in that direction. And I think we probably want to center it like we did there. We want to also accommodate our little flying friend there, the little falcon guy. So let's say right here is where we're going to go. And so we'll do the same thing that we did with our other ones here. We'll go ahead and align, let's say somewhere here. And then we'll put this on zoop mode. We'll bring this out just for reference. Okay. And so we'll go ahead and run this up. And we'll try to run it up into here. Let's run it one down. All right, now we count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 up and 7 up, just like the drink. And so this is now not touching the wall and going up and around in there. Now I can put another wall hole there and control the way that I want it to go, but I think that's pretty cool, so I'm going to leave it like that. The only thing that's not cool is the wires going through it. So that's going to bug me, so that has got to be fixed. That's just the way I am. Such is how it goes. All right, and then again, wall hole up here. And then we'll just go back here. We'll run this one up into that one. And then from this one, up into that one. There we go. Okay, so now we know what's up with what. Let's go ahead and put a bunch of entrances. Oh, more battles. Bunch of entrances in there. Let's go ahead and connect our power to all of these. Our little hypertube junction. And again, so if we want to go back, we go that way. We want to go forward, we go that way. And if we want to go in this direction, we go across here. Now, we need to go ahead and extend this out. I can see this is a road direction. Whenever I have it 3 wide like that, that means that it's a road. And so not only do we want to run the hypertube in this direction, but we also want to run the resources back in this direction to match all the way back up again to this 3rd level that I left open so that we could run that coal down that 3rd line all the way back from over there instead of, again, running it from up there. It'll run into the raw boxes. Then we can use those raw boxes to run it out to wherever we want it to go. So eventually I will actually replace this with these, but we can probably do it as we go. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's say 6 of these will be our stackables. Right here, let's just make this number 7. Oops, turn my zoop on. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 of those will be stackables, and then the top one will be the other one. And then we can also, just to make this a bit easier, create like a custom set, like this one right here, which I actually already have it. 3, then 4, like this. And so we can just go ahead and just tie this into this line already. Right, so we can just go ahead and tie that in, and then when we come back, we'll walk back that line. Of course, we could have added that in as we were coming through. But we could go ahead and tie this across, going in that direction. So we've already set its actual direction, that it's actually going that way and not this way. Okay, now what we need to do, though, is we need to go every other one for the hypertube, and then every 6 for the belt. Okay, so we'll start with that. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's 6 and 6. And then we'll tell it to go from this side this way. And then we'll go to the next one. And we'll zoom out some more foundations. And that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, on this one, we want to go like this. Oh, hold on. That needs to be 5. Yeah, that should be 5. Now, depending on what you're running on the belt as well, I don't like the belts to be too close if it has something that's really big in there. But this thing that I'm doing now is probably the most time-consuming thing in the game, where you're running your lines. And then later on, you have to come back and update them and all of that stuff. But very important to figure all this out as you're going. Yeah, I miscounted there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's supposed to be 5, and the 6th one is supposed to be at the top. So it's 6 and 5. So we'll go 6 in this direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Right here. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. There we go. And then this. Back to there. And we got quite a ways to go, but part of the fun is doing all this building. 1, 2, 4, 5, and number 6. 3, and then 2 more. Oh, actually, before we run that line, we should do the top one first, because it's just easier for us to grab it. Connect it back there, and then do the one that's underneath. Let's go up here and take a look at it. This is the part that gives me vertigo. Perfect. Looks great. Looks good. Let's keep on keeping on. Now, obviously, we're going to run into some trouble here in a minute. We'll deal with that when we come to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, and number 5, and this is 6. 3, 4, 5. We'll just go ahead and put that top one on there. Oh, or actually, no, we're skipping that one. Skipping that one. Oh, this one's going the wrong direction. I've had that problem in the past where my stuff started switching direction. So you got to watch out for that. That you don't end up running all those lines and they switch direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Wow. Okay, right there where we're running into this run line here. Now this is me coming down here and working on this line. We can take all of this stuff out now. This was an underrun where I was running the stuff up above. And we'll take all that stuff out as well, all the power. Oh, we should be running power under here as well. I forgot that part. I forgot it. But that's okay. It's easy to go back and run it back. Again, we'll take out all this excess stuff. Got just out here floating along. Let's go back and T-junction that power. Really need to get my skates so I can be running a little faster. Maybe we'll work on that a bit as well. Oh, we can work on our blocks here as well. See how some of these blocks are thick and some of them are thin? Because I forgot to switch my block sizes. So let's go ahead and work on that too while we're at it. We can zoop those back in. Zoop this in. We can take these blocks out. I don't know how many of these are wrong. They all are wrong. Okay. They're all wrong. Awesome. That'll make it nice and obvious now. So again, we'll take all these out. Again, holding down control allows us to very easily take all that out. And then zoop it right back in again. Like that. We definitely want to fix that so that when we're running our power lines, we're running them at the right size, at the right level. All right, let's just run our power line over. And then we'll do kind of the same thing. We'll go every other one, every junction here. Go ahead and run a power line right above it. Stay like this. And so now we're bringing our power with us as well. I'm gonna take all those out. Take all these out first. Stuff out up there. Okay, now we're shaping up. Got this running at 4 wide right now. And so, all right, we got that going, and we got this going. Let's keep on going till we get out here where our node is. This way also, if I want to get there by the upper level, I can. I just want to drive out there, but I probably use the hypertube now because that's going to be the easier way to go. So I might not even need to put that up there, but oh well, we'll put it up there as we go. We'll also bring our power line forward. Did we bring it forward to here? We did not. Let's bring that forward, and then we can bring it all forward at once. And see, this is what you want to do. You want to do all the stuff at the same time, because otherwise, by the time you get to the end, guess what? You got to run back, and then you got to do all of this again. You got to run the power line, or you got to run the actual lines here. And really, I sometimes mix it up. Sometimes I do it on purpose. I'll just leave it, and then when I'm on the way back, I will, while I'm testing it, I'll run the power lines or whatnot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But again, the more you can do in one move, the better. Oops. 2 of those. And then stackable on the top. Run our hypertube first. Grab our power line from way down there. Move that right above where we're at. Then we'll go ahead and run this backwards. 6. Pick that up. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. Kind of tempted to do this and then go 1. That's 5. That would be 6. Count it again just to be sure. 1, 2, 3, 5, and this is 6 here. 3, and then 2. All of this out. The reason why I want to take this out also is it's down at a kind of a lower level than I really want it to be. Because I brought it down a little bit and then I brought it out here, which doesn't match up to all my other levels. So that's why I'm fixing that as well. So this will all be at the same level. This is also acting as kind of a way of me running, for me to run the power. Okay, so there's 1, there is 2. Let's put this on here. And then we'll run this back. Like that. Do the power. Like that. We'll run this back to there, and then run that back to there. All right, very nice. Keep on keeping on. We're getting there slowly, because this sucker is way out here. I mean, it's way out. Oh, and we're out of plates. Now, when you get all the way out here like this, and you're like, oh god, I got to run all the way back. What you can do is just create yourself a little temporary hypertube area. Doubt we have enough to get this down to here. Yeah, we don't have enough to get down. But you can create yourself a little extra hypertube area. You can say take this one out. Get some of those plates back, hopefully. Or we take out some of these foundations. And then get our hypertube down here. And then just build a little temporary entrance and stuff so you don't have to run all the way back. Right there. Tap into some power. Right there. Now, I would actually watch out when you're coming back this way, because this is when you fall and die. So let's add a little bit extra there just in case. But now this will take me back to the junction. And that's what's so cool about having those junctions, is that you can stop and start at certain points and then just keep going without running individual lines. And I see a lot of people do that. They run individual lines for where they want to end up. Whoa, that's weird. Dropped me right there. Why did that drop me out right there? Hope I got to take a break here too for just a sec. That should have not have dropped me out of that line. Maybe because I hit this thing and it knocked me out of there. Could be. Could be. Actually, I don't need this. Oops, I don't need this ramp anymore. This ramp was my original ramp when I first built this up here. Don't need it. I'll take the rest of it out. So look at that. As we're doing that, we're also fixing that other part there. So let's go back and get some more plates. So we should be able just to jump up here. And off we go. Again, this is the problem with having it just below that thing, is that you'll see that, but it'll be fine in the long run. We're going to enjoy the view for now. I'm always afraid I'm going to fall, though. Fall to my doom like just happened on that one. Luckily, I had a floor there. Otherwise, I would have fell down and died. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll run back over the base here. We will grab some plates and maybe some other resources here in a moment. And kind of sort all this out here in just a sec. First though, I'm going to take a break, check in on the family, and then well, actually, let's do a battle first, then we'll check in. How about that? To battle! Let's go ahead and get our battle on. Let's say, wow, only 20 units. Let's get her going. I'm kind of out of sync on these battles, too. Oh, man, my vampire's going off. Owned. Wow, we did with 20 units. That's awesome. Wow, you guys only put about 3 units down each. That's scary. Rotisserie G getting some love, and I was MVP. Wow, okay. Let's go ahead and get another one in. Let's see, do you want to go Path of or either way is 4 skull. Let's keep her going. Right over here, let's say Saint this time. See how we do with the Saint. I'm going to go up here and check in on these quests. There we go. Over here. Alright, open. Then I earned 20 laurels, too. I got that one done as well. Okay, so we'll get that done. Do I have to click out? Let's see if we got any more scrolls. 2 hours. Nope. Okay, back to the battle. Now, remember, put down as many units as you can, everybody. Let's get back to it. All right, again, we'll come back to this here in just a moment. Enjoy some of my AFK highlights while I check in on the family, and I'll be right back. Actually, hear me. There we go. Pressing a whole lot of wrong buttons there, everybody. It happens. It happens. But I'm back, ready to rock. Let's do it. Let's play some more Satisfactory. We're going to get back to it here. We're going to grab some plates that we need. Doesn't matter how many you got. You always need some more. Oh, and we forgot to put them all back first. Then we're going to grab a bunch. There we go. We got a bunch of other stuff on us here. We can offload into our little offload area. Anything we can stack into there. There we go. And if we can't stack it there, we'll stack it over here. What else do we got? We got this, which can go into here. Sort that out a little bit. And maybe some modular frames there. We'll put these back and get a nice full stack. Everything else looking good. Oh, pipes too. Look at that. We used up a lot of those pipes. Let's get some more of those. Oh, wrong thing over here. We need more pipes. Okay, we'll put this 100 back in. Let's say 5 stacks of those. How are we doing on our copper sheets? So I'll put this back. Grab a bunch more of those. And what else? So, oh, we got some coal and stuff on us. Take that off. There and there. And you know what? We'll just throw the rest of this away. Okay. So we got that. How are we looking? Our wires good. Those are good. Plenty of rods. What else would we need here? Let's just find out. Let's go ahead and do transportation. And just click all of these once. Just to make sure that we're not forgetting something. Maybe also this here too. Just to see if there's anything over here that we need more of. I think we're good now. All right, we're good. Okay, so let's get back to working on all this stuff. This way. Now also we can see how much our hypertubes are adding to our overall production. You can see that we're producing 450 and we're consuming 358, which is really not, I don't really have that much stuff going, but it's absolutely consuming a massive ton of power right now for basically making plates. That's all I'm doing right now is making plates. So we're definitely going to need to up that big time. Okay, and we need to look at this right here. So this is going to go down to the lower level, and this one here is going to take us all the way back to where we were at. Okay, that's real useful. Then the center one. See if we can make it through here without getting knocked out of here. Really makes me want to put lights along here too. We can take a look at the beautiful view. Oh, those are the nodes I usually use right there. And then boom. All right, here we are, back where we are. Now we no longer need this, so we can take all this stuff out. Like so. And then reconnect this one over to there. All right, we got our power running. It's hard to see that wire, but yep, it's there. And then back to zooping in our floor areas. Yay, all right. And we're slowly creeping our way up. Now, this is going to be way easier when we have our trains, because we can then just run our trains out here. We haven't even got to oil yet, which we will get to eventually. But we need to kind of finalize our nearby resources first. And also rerun this line so I can start my steel production again. Again, I'm not in any big hurry in this particular playthrough. I could just be, skipping a lot of stuff. And just going in and skipping all the way to, the highest end stuff. But I felt like in this playthrough we would just take our time. Just try to build it out as we go. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6. And this one is just going to be our set here. There we go. Going this way. One of the most precise building in any game, by the way. Incredibly great. 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6 right there. Let's see. Kismet, I never released your hair was red as it is. Realized your hair was red as it is. The old camera washed it out quite a bit. Well, it's really not that red. It's a little red, but it's more white now. It's kind of like a brownish red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right there. I don't have red hair anymore. I had red hair when I was a child. But my hair went blonde for many years. And then it was like a platinum blonde. Then it went like a dirty blonde. And then it went brown. And then it went white because I had children. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This stuff. And we're just revamping this run line that we have way out here. Now, coal is very important. And before we do really much else, we're going to need a bunch more coal power to supplement what we're doing. Now, another thing that we might do is, I do know where some other coal is off in the other direction. We might tap into that as well. But I definitely would like to get the trains going on so that we could get all of that going as well. And that back. There's something funky there. Yeah, this one's gone up. Ah! 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. I could just tell by the way that it was running that it seemed a little high up, and it was also clipping too close to the hypertube. But yeah, I did add a new camera to the stream as well. The Elgato face cam, which is awesome, by the way. If you are looking for a new camera or a camera at the first place for your stream, I highly recommend all Elgato products. Not just the face cam, but I also added a Wave 3 microphone, which is way better as well. Also, I kind of burned out my Blue Yeti. Yeticaster's good too. But if I was gonna, if I had a choice, and this is the best question to ask someone if they were going to about equipment, is if you had a choice, which one would you get? If you were starting right now, which one would you get? I would just get all the Elgato stuff. I wouldn't buy anybody else's stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And the reason why is they make great products. And along with their great products, they make great software, which is not always the case with a lot of the products. Like the Razer Naga is awesome, but their software sucks. I really don't like it. It doesn't work well on Mac, and it doesn't always work well on PC. It works better on PC, but I have them on both platforms, and they don't work all that well. And the same thing with Corsair. Corsair makes a lot of great products as well. But their Mac software for their Scimitar is not that great. And you're like, well, Kismet, why aren't you using your gaming mouse for your gaming machine? Well, one day when my gaming mouse dies on my gaming machine, I will switch it over here and then probably buy another mouse for my Mac over there. But for right now, I'm using it over there because my other mice have not died. So there's no reason for me to change it. Though I am very tempted. I actually think I like that mouse more, the Corsair Scimitar, than I do the Razer Naga because of the tactile feel of the side of it. And since the Razer software is somewhat better on Mac, I might switch. I might switch it anyway, but for now, that's how I look at products. Like, what would I, if I started all over again? What would I start with? Well, first I would start with the Wave 3 with the low arm that goes underneath my monitors, and I have a monitor stand that holds. They're like a monitor arm that holds all the monitors up, and I have 6 monitors. 4 of them are for my streaming PC and my gaming PC, and then the other 2 are for my Mac over there that I use for editing and managing the stream and all of that stuff. We got to bring the power forward too. Can't remember the last time I brought it forward. I forgot. Got all chatty and forgot to bring the power forward. So yeah, that is how I would recommend equipment. Because if you had to do it all over again, what would you do? And you might go, well, kids, that equipment's a little bit more expensive. Wire's too long, too. That equipment is a bit more expensive. Oh, look at this. That actually did not make it. Okay. There we go. You say, it's so expensive. The thing is, everybody, when you buy a quality product, whether it's a microwave or whether it's a vacuum cleaner or whatever it is, buying something that's a bit better that lasts you longer so you don't have to replace it as much. How did this get off here? This is off by... I'm going to fix this. This is off by 1. Fix that right there. It lasts longer, and thus you don't have to replace it as much. That's why I always buy like the medium level of whatever it is. Unless it's something like a microphone. Then I would just buy the best microphone I can buy that I can afford. And in my case, you know, I got to YOLO it, right? I got to put it on a credit card and hope at some point I'll pay it off. I'm 50 years older, but I can't wait around for 10 years and then do it then. I got to do it now and hope it all works out. When you're in your 20s, you can hope you can take a lot longer to have it all work out. But when you're in your 50s, not so much. You got to just go for it. And so that's what I do. I just go for it now, and if it works out, great. If it doesn't, oh well. You know, I do as much as I can, the best I can, and that's all you can really ask from anybody. Just do your best at what you're doing. I'm doing my best to get this over here so I can get down to that node right over there. We're bringing up the top side too. Is it all going to match up nicely? Actually, we can probably take some of this out. Or actually, I need to get over there to take that out. Maybe I can just take it out from here. And I could just leave this here, everybody, but I'm one of those people that like to... Oh, I know why that's there. That's there so I can reach the top of that thing right there. That's why I ran it across the top there. Did I mute that fast enough? Probably not. Their mute button is on the top of the Wave 3, which I like and also dislike. Because when I'm trying to mute it, I have a pop filter in the way, so when I'm trying to tap the top of it, the pop filter blocks me from hitting the mute button quickly. But it's better than having a broken mute button, which is my other mouse. Walking, walking, walking. This is one heck of a long run. The less you have to do this, everybody, the less time it takes to do your factories. I feel like this is the most time-consuming part. And I have to do this so that it gives me more power so I can extend more of my base and thus have to do less of this. Again, we'll just take out whatever we can run over here. And then we'll do it again with all this other stuff. And out here. Looks pretty good. You could pre-build all this stuff too. Build this stuff out ahead of time first, and then come in and put all this stuff in. Again, I like to, you know, when I get to the end, basically it's going to be done. When I get over there and then I run that down where I'm running that other thing down, this is GG. This is all done. Because once I plug the power in and it'll be powered, it'll start running the coal down that line. And all I have to do is just kind of finish up the line there at the end. And this will all be done. And all this power will be rerun and all of that. So, cool stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try to do the top one first. Boom. All right. Making sure that goes on there since that one got kind of funky chicken. Okay, now we're ready to turn in this direction. So go ahead and run this. Oh, we're out of concrete. All right, fine. Always out of something. Change this back. Put an entrance in there. Gotta bring the power forward. Back I go. Test it out. Again, see how I've got a little bit of a gap here above the top here so you can get a nice view and check it out. So it's not hitting the roof. But you can also try to tilt backwards when you're going up to see through the thing. But I like to leave myself a nice view a lot of times when I'm running my thing. There's a whole part out there we need to take out. There's ramps and stuff we can take out there. We'll probably take that ramp out now too. And there we go. And then up here. Again, see, this is right next to it. I'm a little tempted to lower that down just a little bit, but it was fine. One of the things also you can see is if your stuff is running, right? If you put this on top, then you can see if all the lines below it are running. And that'll help you a lot in the long run. So more concrete. Should have got some of that while I was back here last time, but I forgot. But a good test of our little run anyway. Anything else I should grab while I'm here? Probably more of our copper sheets. Put this back. Just get rid of this coal. What else? Anything else? Whoa, maybe some more plates. That's why I keep all this in nice little stacks over here. This little thing. Really, all you need is one box, and then you can always make more if you run out. But my goal is to get this coal over here so I can make more power, and then also work on, in the long run, our steel production. Back out we go. Isn't this cool? There's all this effort and time you put into it. This is like my favorite part when you have all this stuff running to all the different places. This also allows me, by the way, to break this off into different areas and where I want to get different nodes. We have little stop points along the way, maybe little train stations and things like that. I could also have it where it goes up and goes to those train stations. Just try to keep one central travel point, so you're not running all of these lines so often. You're just running one line for all of it. Oh, look out. Slow down. Slow down. Oh, don't want to get shot off the side there. There we go. All right, we'll pick that back up. Oh, time for a battle. All right, let's try to get our battles on point here. Let's go. To battle! Okay, let's do it straight away. More range damage. How many we got this time? 34, man. We got to up our battles, man. We used to have 100, 200 peeps. Or 200 armies in here. We're slacking on the armies. Though I haven't done a battle mode in a while. Sometimes those battle modes are tough because it only gives me like 30 minutes in between the battles, and then I have to like rest at some point between streams. Uh-oh. I'm dropping stuff. What am I dropping? Oh, because whoa, how did I get so many of these? That's a good question. You know what? Let's drop a stack of it. Ah, I hate those boxes. Burn up some of this concrete. Maybe we can get those back from there we go. From jumping up. There we go. Take all this out. Take this and this stuff out. You guys are watching the battle. I'm starting to hit the lines, and lines are dropping chests, which sucks. My inventory is full. Open the cab chest, give you guys some love. Boom, right there. Olaf walking away with 50 gold. Reaper with some scrolls, and Tollforge again with the 40 kills. Wow. Absolutely crushing it. Oh, look at that. We're one away from getting that blue chest. Let's go ahead and make that a goal for today. Try to get that blue chest out of there. Right there. Let's go. Vampire again coming in, lending you guys a hand. That's an epic vampire, by the way. Let's do it. All right. Now what I'm doing is I'm just running the lines now. Just running the thing here, and I'm going to come back and work on the rest of this since I'm got too much resources on me. We're almost there. So close. See these floating boxes. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't want it. Let's run that out just a little bit. Take this down. And what are we doing here? Oh, I see. We were doing a switchback to get us back down there. Get this. Yeah, so that was switching back over there. Okay, so we'll just run this out there. We just run another line there. We've already got this, but we got to get up here and get this floating stuff. Let's get rid of this coal. As well, turn our light back on. It's too high up there. All right, fine. Fine, let's go ahead and pick up this ramp. A little temporary ramp up there. Another one back here. Gotcha. Gotchas. And again, let's throw this away so we have an empty slot. Because I was taking out a bunch of stuff, it was putting a bunch of resources back into my inventory, including these level 2 run lines, which I had used in there. That's why that's building up a lot. And I could probably throw another stack of that away just so I have 2 stacks free. Now what we want to do is we want to get this to go onto our conveyor that we already have. Now this actually is not going through the floor hole stuff. Do we want to do the floor hole? I kind of feel like we do. Look at Fred down there. Fred always up in my business. I feel like we do want to bring that up into a floor hole and then run that along here. Okay, let's first turn this corner and bring this down. Once we get it all down there, then we have the whole thing set up and we can let it run. We'll go all the way to the other end as well and connect the rest of that into our coal storage. We'll have 2 lines of coal storage coming in as well. So let's say, all right, right here. There we go. And then we'll also just put this one here on the corner because we're turning the corner. Do the top one first. Switch back to our other set. There we go. And then we'll do our coal line. Very nice. And then back to work here. 1. Oh, we gotta run the power too. back to there. And that to there. Go back for our power. Also makes it easier to find your power when you're trying to, pull your power out to do little side things. If you put it right above those so you know where they're at, so no matter where you are, if you find one of those junctions, you'll know where your power is. Very, very useful. There we go. And let's just hope that that's actually powered by the time we get to the end. Right there. That's probably good enough. Probably good enough to there. So let's just go ahead and put another one of these up here. Because we're going to control all the rest of this here at the end. Okay, so we want to probably put this into a floor hole. Actually, we don't really need to. We could just run this from here to right to there. What the heck? Try that again. All right, now see, it's actually already starting to work. It's getting power from somewhere. Or no, it doesn't have any power. That's right. It doesn't have any power, but it has some stuff probably saved in the line. So it's going to go ahead and start running that line. Let's run this power here. Then we'll run the power, let's say, over here. And then down to the back of here. Oh, God, it felt like I was falling there for a second. That motion was causing me to feel like I was falling. Ah, made my stomach sink. Vertigo sucks, everybody. You don't know when you're falling. So your body, like, messes with you sometimes. It's like, aha, you're gonna die. Yay. Okay, we got to replace that one down there as well. All right, so we want the hypertube to come over here and then go down. Down to there. We got to go down there as well. So let's just put the hypertube over here. Seems like a plan. Let's say right there. We'll just divert that over here, and we'll put it as a nice vertical. So first it'll come straight over and then go straight down. Very nice. And then we'll use our ramp here. Remove all this stuff on the way down. Don't need any of that anymore. Let's see if we can put some foundations in. And this is just to help us when we come down from the hypertube. And again, this time we'll go ahead and build a nice wall. Where's that at? Let's say here. Put our wall hole. Let's say this side. Yeah, put that on auto. Bring that down, and then all we need now is an entrance right there. And then since we put the power off to the side, we'll try to grab it from here. Oh my God, I actually grabbed it. Wow. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and bring that down. Oh wait, no, what I really need... Hold on, let's try that again. I need a double-sided one, like this. There we go. So let's do that again. Hope we get it the second time. Yep. Bring that to the back. Then this will go here. And then this one will go out and connect to the extractor. All right, and there it goes. Gonna go ahead and extract that. We got our hypertube in. We got all the way to the end here. One of the things we do want to do, though, here is we want to take this completely out and redo it. Because that is just a level 1. And what level node is this? This is a pure node. Oh, wow. Okay. We want to put in a level 2. And so we'll go ahead and readjust this just a bit. What do we need? We need our workshop right over here. While we're at it, we might as well just put down a little crafting bench too, just in case we need that later on. We're going to need another portable miner. There we go. And this is a pure node, so we're going to get a huge upgrade from this one. Massive tons of coal, for sure. Now the trouble is getting this to work again, so I'm just going to take that out because that's going to be all funky anyway. So we'll go ahead and put this in. Make sure we've got the right lifts as well. Let's go ahead and put it forward. Yeah, we'll put it forward like that. Again, we'll put in our power. And now this, instead of producing 120, is producing 240. So you definitely want to make sure you put in the faster lines. Now the trouble is, if I go through this, it's going to take me all the way back, which I don't want to do. I just want to go up there to the top to fix that first. And then I come back down here and take that all the way back. Because I'm not going to be fixing that over and over again. I'm just going to fix it this one time. And then be able to go all the way back. And then also, this gives it time for it to fill the line while I'm working my way back. Which is probably already done anyway. We'll take this out. And then we'll go ahead and bring this up. A little bit nicer. There we go. Something like that. And then back to our belts. All right, we did it right. What we should see is some of it coming up there, and then if we go up here, we kind of peek over the top here, we should see a bunch of it running down the line. Yeah, that's what we want to see. Very nice. Okay. Now, we want to race that back by using our hypertube. Now, again, my ultimate goal with these run lines is to be able to get there to the actual node so I can upgrade them when I need to. Now, this one's already a level 2, so the only other upgrade I would need to do is a level 3 and then upgrade the lines. But eventually, I'll actually remove the lines. It'll just be a train coming out here to pick this up. But let's go test it out and see if our hypertube works. And if it doesn't work right, then we're going to die. Oh, and here we go. Let's see if our hypertube goes faster than our feed line. And so you can see where your feed line is. There's still a little bit of a redraw problem, but you can see that so you can see some of it on the belt there. Definitely that redraw needs to be fixed. But we're rushing our way back over here to get it to feed into our main area. It'd be nice if you could get out. You could make little stops for yourself. Like if I wanted to get out and fix that over there, I can always come back to it later when I'm kind of wandering past that location. But I don't want to run too many of these lines because I want it to be where I'm not sitting here running lines all day and it's doing it for me. Now we're going to go ahead and forego using the hypertube to go back. And we're just going to run along here and run our lines. I believe from right here. Yes. Yes, okay. And then we're just going to keep running this third line back. Again, coal is what I need the most of. Water, I've got plenty. I can pump some more of that up if I need to. But coal, especially a pure node, is going to be really important. Okay. Now, I believe this is my coal node here that's going right there. But let's climb up there, take a little peek. Kind of over that way. Yeah, that's a coal going there. Now, the problem is that I have a 270 line going here. And I believe this one is a normal node. So that would be 120 coming down that line. And my other one is 240. So I can't really combine those two lines together. So what I want to do, oh, by the way, go down, bro. Down, down. No, okay. Down, down, down. There we go. We want to go ahead and actually run that up into the coal in its own separate line. So let's run over here and get ourselves up in that upper level and kind of set up a second line that can run into those boxes as well. And again, this one is coming up over here into there. And so what I could do is I could create a separate whole line that is coming up and running into here. And this is merging, I believe. These are all merging to that end. And that's coming up over there. So how would we do this so it would continuously do that? I would say we'd probably want to put it here. But still, it wouldn't be matching up. It wouldn't be feeding in there fast enough for us to use both outputs. Oh, thank you very much for the love train. Lewis coming in with the 2 months of sub love, everybody. Show him some love in the chat. Showing that prime sub love here in the chat. Appreciate you, Lewis. Everybody show him some love in the chat. Big time. So we could feed it in right here, but I feel like that's probably not the best idea. What we want to do is something more like this, where we go ahead and stack it up. We bring it up in this side, and then we could go ahead and we could run it back this way with our particular splitters being up at the second level. So we're basically feeding the same boxes, but from two different sources, meaning we can keep these boxes really, really full. Now, the middle ones, we don't really need. Those are just temporary, just to help me stack those like this. And then we can go in and we can go ahead and connect those into there. Actually, we can make this even easier on ourselves by climbing up to the top of the box. There we go. And running tons and tons of lines here. That in there, and this in there. Now, I'm only going to be going here for about 15 more minutes, everybody, and then I'm going to go ahead and take a break. I got some towels to fold. I got some other stuff to do. Then I'm going to rest up, and I'll be back tonight for some more New World. Now, we had a good time last night. I got a bit grumpy at the end there because that last battle kind of sucked. But I did have fun on the other battles, so we'll see if it's a bit better today. I don't know. That last battle just seemed to go on forever. Okay, so now there we go. So now we have a double feed. We have a feed from down here from the 120 line, and then we're going to have a feed up here from the 240 line. And what it allows us to do, everybody, is it allows us to run both lines out. So we can run this line out and down this way. We could run that line out and down that way, and we'd have two separate lines from the same box. And this way, it basically helps us with our logistics of all of our stuff. So let's go ahead and run down this way. We could have took the hyper tube. And then we need to find that other one that we just did, which is probably right here. There we go. And then if we did it right, it should say that it's going in to this section, which it is. And then we need to backtrack over here. We need to get it to the end and then somehow get it into there. Oh, I don't want to take it out because I'll have to redo all of that. So let's get this third one way down here at the end. And the other one diverts over onto that one. Not sure if that would reach. I think it's just... Oh, look at that. Just enough. Boom. All right, let's go up there and see if it's working. That is a working, everybody. That's 240 coming in like a beast right there. Very nice. We've got both our coal lines in there. Now we're able to run dual coal lines over here, and that's 240 coal. So what I would do is probably divert the 120 line away and put the 240 line in. And I can, instead of it running it into the box, by the way, I could just run it directly. But the cool thing about running it to the box is you can then control the output speeds if you want to. And this is really the first time I've ever bothered to do the raw ore storage. Normally, I just run the node wherever it goes and use it that way. But it's kind of fun to do it off the raw node. Now, this one's actually coming down and feeding this. What we want to do now is just let that feed into our raw box. And then this could feed, we can just go ahead and tell this we want this to be a full 240 or 270 in this case, because we do have a backlog of coal that we could use. And that's pretty much the big goal for today, is to get all of that stuff in there like that. And now what we can do is we can up our production of coal power. So what we want to do is look at how much this is using. Right here, it's using 15 coal per minute. And how many do we have? We have 6 of them across. So you're going to figure out these numbers add up very evenly. Hey, Siri, what's 15 times 6?
It's 90.
90. All right, so this is 90 across here. So this is using 90 coal across here. And what we want to do is we want to have it where it does enough for 120 times 2, so 240 coal. Now, our biggest problem is actually going to be our water. Right now, we can have up to 300 per pipe, and usually it's about 50 that I aim at. It's actually 45, but I aim it at 50 anyway, just so it has extra. And so we can now figure out the water situation as well. Hey, Siri, what's 50 times 6? Hey, Siri, what's 50 times 6?
50 times 6 is 300.
Okay, so if you notice that we're not using all of our coal, our 120, we're just using our 90 coal. That's because we're limited by the amount of water that we're bringing up here. We've only got 300 water flowing up here, so we're kind of stuck in the amount of these that we can make. And really, we should be making one more, which is the 7th one, which would push us up to 120, which would then be giving us that additional power. But now what we want to do is we want to do 14 of these, right? Because we want to do 7 and then 7 again. So we go ahead and figure out how much water we need by going, hey, Siri. Hey, Siri. What's 17 times 50?
17 times 50 is 850.
So we need 850 water. So basically we need 300, 300, and then 300 again, right? So we need 3 levels of 300. Now, one of the things that we've been working on is getting our pipes upgraded as well. And let's run back to our town here. Oh, we got a vehicle right here. How convenient. Let's go ahead and get our little vehicle, and we'll zoom back to our hub. Now, I haven't upgraded my hub or done anything with the space elevator or any of that stuff. Because, again, we're playing a little bit slower this time. We're just getting to, like, tier 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8 we're working on just slowly. Again, no rush. But what we need is we need the larger pipes, which are in here somewhere. Where are you at, larger pipes? One of these. This one. Engineering. So, but what we need is we need a bunch of plastic and we need a bunch of rubber. But to make plastic and rubber, we're going to need to extract the oil, and to extract the oil, we're going to need more power. So you see how that all works out, right? But the thing that we need to do is actually bring more water up here to the top part so that we can use that water to produce more power. And that's something we'll work on next time because that is very, very involved. But we can go ahead and run down here and just give you a quick little overview of how my water is currently running. You can see the water is running from down below up into here. We have multiple levels of it running from way down there at the bottom. Now we can go down there and take a look at how much water we have in that area. Just by simply going into, now look at this, we also have a bunch of water storage, backup water storage that helps us. And we'll go all the way down here. And we can see that we have 3 of these running. But we have a total of, let's see how many more we've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more. So that's going to help us on the long run. That we can go ahead and tie those 3 in as well. Now these actually produce more than 300. They actually produce 120 per minute. I've not underclocked these. I totally could. I could totally go and say this needs to be 100. And grab those barrels. And then this one over here, same thing. This one now is 100 because it can only do 300 through the thing anyway. Crouch our way under that one. There we go. And then this one here, same thing. So this is called underclocking and is totally worth your time because it's going to use less power. And the less power that those use, the more power I have for other things that I'm doing. Ooh, I slid under that one. But all right, so what we'll do is we'll go ahead and power all of these up, and then we'll have to run 2 more lines next to the line we already did. But we already know what the ratio is, right? Where to put all of our pumps, how to do the floor things. We have to start at the top and work our way down. That's a way better way of doing that. Then we can run all the pipes. We can do all the floor holes, run all the pipes, and then come back and put in all of the pumps at the same time. So we're just going to extend this out. Probably a couple like that, and then go ahead and run that up next time. That won't be too hard now that we already know what we need to do. And then we'll connect all of these together, and then we'll run the pipes to connect over here and run up like that. And so we'll do all that next time. It'll be lots of fun. We'll do it next week at this time, at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And for now, we'll get up here. And I go ahead and just park my guy right there. Now, all the other stuff that we're doing, like the plates that we're running, all of that raw coal and stuff like that, all of that stuff's going to run all week long. Now, I wish I got more done so I could let that stuff run. But I'm not really in a hurry for all that stuff. Don't really need it right this second. What I needed to get coal going. I needed to make it where I could hypertube out to where I need to go so I can upgrade those. And then also make it where I could then now basically double up the power that I'm using, or power that I'm producing, and then from there I could use the other 120 to also start my steel manufacturing so I can make the level 3 runs and the pipes and all of that stuff as well. So we got a crazy ton of coal running up here, and you can see it's already stopped and probably backlogged all the way down the line by now. But now we got that squared away and ready to rock. So actually, let's stand over here by our vehicle so we can find that next time. All right, so let's go ahead and go to my office. We're going to, how much longer we got? We got 2 more minutes. You know what? Let's do something for 2 more minutes, and then we'll do that. Let's try to figure out what we can do. Oh, I'll get my vehicle. What we can do toward our next phase here. This way we can do our battle, and then we'll head out of here. Oh, and I was going to make this where this came out over here as well. I need my wall things. That's what I need. I need my wall runs. So I could run it to there and then just have it where this is sticking out here, or I have a one of these over here that just you can access. Or build it into the wall. Then my little thoroughfare would be in the way. Huh. Maybe I should have put those on this side. Put those on this side, have it run back and come down the line. And then at the end, I could just have that where it turns and shows me that's what is running on that particular factory. And then be able to access the final box too. That's an idea. I might just have a drive side on one side and just move that back to this side. That seems like a plan. We don't have enough time to do that, though. We got like 48 seconds. This way you have your final products on the outside edge. Then if I need any plates, I could run over here and grab some plates. If I need some rods, I can grab rods and so on and so forth. Right from there at the actual node. I seriously doubt I'm going to grab any raw ignits, but same thing over here. We could move that over here just to keep it consistent all the way down. Just in case I do need those raw ones for whatever reason. But yeah, we could have it come out of here, raise up, and go across, end up here in the box, and the boxes be over a little bit so you can still kind of get past there anyway. You know, let's do a little testing. Oh, or not. Let's do a little testing, though, of running that up. And it ending up, say, right there. And you can still get through there. This part here, up to... actually, it's going to be right here. And run this into there. Oh, that's not the output. But yeah, that would definitely work. And then you could just run that to that, and then have it on this side instead. I can bet you this thing's filling up with plates right now, everybody. Now, again, I'm going to let this run for a week, so all of these boxes will be filled with plates. So do I want to fix it now before it's over? Maybe I will leave the ones over here for that, but for these, we'll run it to the other side. So here's what we'll do. We'll take this out. We'll do this. We'll take this and run it to there. Very nice. And then we'll just take all these out. I like that better, and I'm glad I thought of it. Take that out of there. We'll leave that one there because that has the stuff in it. And then we can just go ahead and run these along here. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate it. Put that there. And that one's going to go to there. And then we'll bring this down here so I can see that it's feeding between the things. That's why I like to do the bottom one so I can see it's feeding. And that's actually working. Like that. And then to the last one here. And then we'll take this out and this out. And then we'll go ahead and just do a little thing like this, which will tell us, hey, those are our plates right there. Now, later on, we can add signs and stuff. But as I'm tooling down the thing and I need some plates, bam, I can just go right to this one right here. In fact, I'll put some plates in there. Then we'll go grab this one over here. Or actually, let's do this first. Let's grab this, put that over there. Put all that in there. We'll grab all of this out of here. Walk this over here. Put that in there. Take this out. And then take all this out as well. And now that is much nicer. And then I can just expand this down that way. And we take that out. And then there we go. Revamped, ready to rock. I like it. Kind of tempted to do something like this, though. If I do something like this, it'd be kind of easier to see. If I kind of run it out down at an angle, kind of makes it where you got to run it way out. But that makes it way more obvious as to what's coming down that particular thing. I could probably put this back in there. Yeah. Yeah, I like that for now. And then later on, we'll add signs that'll actually say plates on it, and we'll be able to know what it is and whatnot. And so on. Also, it'll help us if we want to climb up on there. We could just climb up on the thing here like this. And we can climb up on the top here and get all the plates that we ever want. Okay, good enough. Let's do a battle. To battle! You've been lurking for a bit? Well, I appreciate you lurking, showing the love. Thank you to Yank and Proto Polly as well coming in. Thank you so much for showing some love. And hanging out in the stream. Appreciate everybody hanging out today. Man, I've been focused. I've been in the zone today. We're going to go ahead and do one more battle here, everybody. Then we're going to call a break, and I'm going to get something to eat, rest up, and then be back later tonight for some questing in New World. We're also going to do some invasions, stuff of that nature. Maybe I should make, like, Thursday a little bit earlier and log on a bit earlier. I don't know where, when the invasions are at, but usually they're, like, around 8:30. So maybe I'll start a little earlier on Thursdays if I can get my kids to, you know, do their stuff. And then try to get some more invasions in. We'll see. I definitely need to get some rest in there at some point. Otherwise, I'm going to be all grumpy like I was last night after that last invasion or last outpost rush. Oh, it was a torture. You're in the Philippines. Oh, awesome. Well, welcome, welcome. Showing some love here. Olaf, Adam, and Rotisserie G getting some loot, and Olaf showing how it's done. Look at that. With all those units. Look at that. Gold Tooth and Olaf putting down tons of units. Rotisserie G, I see you there as well. Putting down tons of units. I see all the rest of you putting down just a few units, too. I'm watching you. I'm watching. But good job, everybody. Olaf coming in. He's our MVP with 11 assists there. And boom, there we go. We got another one done. We're at tier 14. Man, we got to get our battles going on here. For sure. Oops. For sure need to get more battles. So we'll come back next time. I was hoping to get this one in, but we ran out of time. We'll come back next time, do that, go all the way, hopefully, to the boss while I'm out questing and doing that fun stuff. So let's go ahead and jump over to my office and head on out for right now. All right, everybody, let's get you guys in here. Let's go ahead and do this giveaway before I forget as well. I want to see if someone gets some love here. Let's go ahead and close the giveaway. Let's draw a winner. Bam! Ems, you have won again. You won a Retro War Beast skin. Hopefully, you're in the chat. You got exactly 2 minutes to say something. Otherwise, I'm going to re-roll it for somebody else as well. Boom, there we go. 2 minutes to say something. So, Ems, you are the winner. You got 2 minutes to say something in the chat. Otherwise, I will re-roll. I hate to re-roll, but I am not against doing it. So it's Ems, Flux, or Illa, I think it is. Illa, who might have won this skin. Unless they all went AFK, that would be rough. For sure. Now, while we're waiting for them to do that, let's go ahead and give you guys some love. 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 caps for everybody in the chat for getting on the Kismet Love Train today. Now, remember, you can't help support the stream by going to my social media, but first, you might want to check out my schedule. I do tell what I'm streaming on what days at what time. Tonight, we're going to be doing some questing in New World, which you can see right there at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, maybe a little earlier. We'll give it a try. And then Thursday, we're going to play Fallout 76 during the day, and then playing with my team at nighttime for some loot runs, expeditions, whatever they need. And then again on Saturday, we're going to be doing our crafting exchange, loot runs, expeditions, whatever we feel like doing as a team. And then Saturday night, of course, at 10 p.m., some more 7 Days to Die. So very, very fun there as well. Now, you want to help support the stream, here's what you do. You go right and follow those links right there in the chat. You want to go to youtube.com/KismetBP and also twitter.com/KismetBP and hit the subscribe and follow. You can check out more information about the guild as well as my stream over at discord.gg/Kismet. So just click that link, go on over there, show some love. Also on the web, kismet.gg. Now, of course, the more you guys go support on YouTube and Twitter, the more giveaways and other fun stuff I get to do here on stream. Now, if you do want to go above and beyond, help support videos and other things like that, guides and all of that, your best way to support is on patreon.com/Kismet. That's me, Kismet. Know that your $5 over there or more goes right into the stream. 95% of it goes into the stream, 5% goes to PayPal fees. Going to sneeze. I don't know what it is about streaming that makes me sneeze. So there you go, everybody. So help support the stream by following those links right there in the chat. Nice and easy. Just takes a moment. Appreciate that. Did Ems not say anything in the chat? Oh, no. Oh, no. So let's re-roll. We'll try it again. Let's go ahead and re-roll someone else. Boom. All right, Ilya. Ilya, you are the winner. Ilya Pasternak, you are the winner since Ems did not claim it. Hopefully you're in the stream. I feel like I'm going to do this 3 times and then no one's going to be in the stream. Because, you know, the funny thing about being a streamer, everybody, is there's like hundreds of people that come in and out of your stream during the day. And I find anywhere between 500 to several thousand people come through my stream each day, even though my viewer count says 30 to 100. Normally, you know, people come in and out, staying out for an hour, 2 hours, 4 hours. Not everybody stays for the entire stream. And I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody who comes in and lurks, people who support the stream, people who drop bits and all of that. I appreciate each and every person. So what I think we're going to do, everybody, is I think we're going to call that off, and we're going to go ahead and do that again tomorrow because I don't see anybody responding. Let's just see. Let's see who's in the chat, and I will give it to them. Flux, are you in the chat? Let me see, because you're the only one left. So if I draw it again, it's going to be you. Are you in the chat, Flux? Whoever speaks up first, either Flux or Elia Pasternak, I will give you a shot at that giveaway. Either way, and I'm going to wait for this to go down here. And if none of them say anything, then I'll just save it for next time. Tick vet. All right, time's running out, and nope. Okay, well then I will just I will go ahead and give it away next time. We're gonna mark that giveaway as complete, and then we'll just say that was a bust on that giveaway. Hey, I try to give away free stuff. I mean, hey, if you guys don't want it, I'll just give it away to someone else. But, you know, they probably have real-life things they got to take care of. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, now I'll be back in about 4 hours, everybody, at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Maybe a little bit earlier. We'll see. We'll see how the whole family thing goes. But I will definitely see you guys at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for some more New World and more fun here in the stream. If you haven't already done so, hit that follow button. I'll see you guys later on. Bye, everybody.
Hi, this is Norbert. Thanks for watching. Press the subscribe button. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. Help support more videos just like this one and keep the Kismet love train a-going by dropping by my Patreon and showing your support. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right in the center of the screen. Big thanks going out to Resident Spike, Riverdog, Rotisserie G, JC Hunter, and AMZ. Click to watch more videos, and I'll see you next time.